my friend, Kat here, and today I want to present to you a special guide on how to get a mystery mount. Now, this one is not so mysterious anymore now though, because it's just been found out how to get it. Basically, all you need to do is to kill the last 2 bosses on Plaguefall Heroic solo, so no grouping, just you versus the last 2. And I'm here to show you how to do it. Now, this will be in the point of view of a Prot Warrior, as a warrior is my main. I have not tried this as Arms of Fury, so if you want to try that, go ahead. But I found that Prot works really well for this. So, let's get into it. Alright, now before we move on to the bosses, let's actually go through the thrash first, okay? So you skip this part just by waiting for this guy to run away, and you go for this big dude over here. Now, you want to make sure that you dodge all the circles on the ground. Honestly, you can't even stand in them. It's a heroic, you're gonna be just fine. Also, make sure to interrupt his cast if you can. Now, I will actually fail at it at the last moment because I zoned out a little bit, so there's gonna be a little bit of ads, and I just simply Bladestorm them down. So after that, mount up and skip to the other guys on the left side. You can drop stacks if you want of the debuff, but honestly not really needed. Stay to the side here of the wall and pull this guy here. The little Burby, he's gonna try to knock you back, so make sure that your back is towards the wall or somewhere else except for the guys over there, so you don't get knocked back. Now you just kill him off, no big deal at all, he's not gonna do anything really big to you, and just give yourself a little bit of health before you move on to the next guys. Now you're gonna wait for this big fella here to get on his way, and then you're gonna go and pull these guys. Now make sure to actually go away again from that point, because indeed, as you can see, he's coming back. And he would like a piece of your bottom. So make sure he cannot get that by killing these guys further away, because they will also try to run away and ass pull things. So make sure to slow them, stun them, or even fear them if you need to, just in case, alright? Now with this guys, I'm gonna position myself carefully here because I can completely avoid the bombs. Now I could pull them, it doesn't really matter to be honest. This guy is only gonna try, as you can see, throw you around a little bit, you know, give you a little smacky, but it doesn't really matter. You just kill him. That's it. Now, I'm gonna pull these 2 guys here, and I'm waiting quite a while with my big fear here, just so I don't have to move at all, because why not? Well, I'm lazy, and I just wanna make them move. So I'm gonna wait for these guys to pop here. I'm gonna check if they're really dead, just in case. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull this guy. He's gonna try and cast, and I will interrupt that, and I'll also pull these 2 ads on top of him so they explode and give him 2 very nice debuffs, which would usually kill me, but this time they kill him. So, ha, bitch. Now I'm gonna wait for those to explode, healing up a little bit, putting a marker on the boss just in case I spurg out and I don't realize where the boss is, because you never know. And you stick to the side, and then you go over here, heat up a little bit. Take your time, enjoy the scenery, enjoy the RP. I put a little shield on me here by using my teleport, which is empowered by my Soulbind, so I can safely go through the slime. Oh well, sort of safely, I guess. Okay, we're almost there. Only 2 packs left to go. Now these guys are actually by far the most tricky out of all the trash packs, but honestly they're still not tricky because all the trash is really fucking easy. So they're basically just gonna do a little shield cast. You're gonna try to interrupt that if you can by fearing them or stunning the mob that cast it. And you just wanna make sure that you kill off the AoE ads that spawn as fast as possible, the little spiderlings. Try to interrupt the casts. Now I'm failing here at this completely, and I still managed to do it. Because like a true warrior, I just stop thinking and I just try to deal as much damage as I possibly can by spamming my ass off. Alright, so this strategy sometimes works really well, but if you prefer to be on the safer side, try to kill the ambusher first. So let's move on to the boss strategies. My better strategy going in was all about sustainability, mobility, AoE CC potential, and execute phase damage, especially for Domina Venomblade. Let's go over the talents, soulbinds and gear I used, and I'll explain why they worked well for me and why I think they are worth choosing for both of the last two bosses. For the first row, I went with Warbringer, as throughout the fight of Venomblade she'll continuously spawn adds all over the area which are concealed from sight, until revealed by using AoE attacks on their spawn points. They do a fuck ton of damage while they are invisible, so it's absolutely vital to expose them as fast as possible, which is where Warbringer comes in handily. It brings great value in this situation, since over the course of the fight you'll find that a new set of hidden adds spawn while you're still working on DPSing down the previous set. You can turn that disadvantage to your advantage though, as by keeping one or two adds in the execute range, it will allow you to time their deaths to proc your Warbringer at moments where you wanna move swiftly to expose the new set of adds. By having more speed, you reach them faster and therefore reduce a lot of damage on yourself and get more DPS uptime. For the second row of talents, I went with double time, however. This was completely useless as War Machine already gave me the speed boost I needed on Madame to get around the tentacles and get to the new adds, so I would say absolutely choose Rumbling Earth instead. As for the third row, Dragon Roar seemed like a good choice for extra burst AoE, which was nice for killing off the adds in Domina's fight, and helped with revealing the adds even faster by making use of its AoE range. The fourth row talent I chose was Crackling Thunder, because just like with Dragon Roar, having extra range on your AoE damage is very handy for both flashing out adds on Domina, but also the first set of trash bags before Madame, as you don't necessarily have to face tank them with the extra range on your AoE. For the fifth, Impending Victory was my choice, as having consistent big healing was adding up nicely with my trinkets and conduits, plus the strategy of timing the killing of adds to buff myself with speed and on-demand healing when I need it the most. In the sixth row, Into the Fray was my choice, as I knew I'd be having enough adds up to make it worth the pick. Not as useful for the last boss, but still handy enough to keep. Lastly, I picked Anger Management, not only to prevent my own molding in case of great failure, but also because of my legendary, Signet of Tormented Kings. The extra DPS over the course of the fight was absolutely worth it, and the Blaze Storm procs helped with reliably killing off adds in time. Here's a quick look at the gear I had on. As you can see, I have pretty shitty weapons, and I use two trinkets which both give DPS and healing procs, which combine well with the conduit I used, which makes me receive extra healing, plus the victory rushes, which overall allowed for a lot of sustainability through healing procs. As for the conduits, since I went there, General Draven was my choice, since he provided nice defensive effects, both in his baseline conduit trait and his last one, which gives extra stamina and healing for those few moments you can stand still and 6 seconds after. Using the Soul Conduit for a victory rush allowed me to time the hot from it by killing off a mob just before Domina stunned me, so I could heal myself during the stun and while the adds trashed me. Keep in mind, you can spare reflected damage of her stun ability, so try to time it well and it will save you a lot of health, because her damage can be a big chunker. The Condemn empowering conduits were nice to have as well to add extra DPS thanks to the adds and damage prevention. In terms of consumables, I used a stamina flask, AoE DPS food, health potions and a DPS potion in the form of Potion of Phantom Fire. Also, one extra nice thing, if you are a Night Elf, you can completely skip all trash up to Domina by Shadow Melding. Still be careful right after you unmelt though, as the tentacles can get weird and still shoot you even afterwards when you're not in combat anymore. I don't know how, but it fucking hurt and that killed me 3 times. If you're not an elf, don't forget you can still skip a few by using an Invis potion, although due to the flow effect you might have to fight your way through after all. As for Madame Sudama, the fight is pretty straightforward. Just do the tactics the same way you would normally do. Stand or rather soak the circles of the adds, kill the adds and kill the boss, and of course dodge the tentacles. And that should absolutely net you a really nice kill. Once you're done with her and the Domina Venom Blade, you can go upstairs and go to your little new friend who's going to be curiously waiting for you. Yes, you. Alright, I hope this helped. If it did, please like this video to give me an additional shot of dopamine. I need it. And subscribe for more wow goodness from me to you. Okay? Alright, now give this cute little fella a big old pat and watch him become your mount. Oh, look at it. Oh, he's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. Oh. Yeah, sorry about that. Alright, have a good one. Goodbye. Have fun. Thank you so much for watching.